minutes ago, the community of the sector of Linville and Cove lifted the blockade that has been established in the morning in the main road of the area, which was set up for the lack of water. At the time of this broadcast, the access of vehicles by the place has already been restored, and the locals of the site were supplied with the precious liquid. Today and tomorrow in the Morgan Canyon Plaza, a campaign is being carried out for the recollection of expired or partially used medicines for possible removal of the island in order to avoid contamination.
Expired of partially used medicines, plastic containers, PETs, and reusable bottles, among others, are being collected in a post-consumption waste campaign carried out in the Morgan Canyon Plaza under an agreement signed between the Departmental Government, Coralina, and Punto Azul Corporation. It is contemplated that the collection waste will be extracted from the island to avoid contamination.
It has to do with the post-consumption collection of expired or partially consumed medicines in order to avoid leaving them there in the department. Let us be reminded that we are a biosphere reserve, and leaving these medicines that have an active ingredient, even though they are expired, these molecules are still active and can contaminate our ecosystems and our underground water sources.
In the same way, the use of reusable elements is also planned.
The main objective of the collection of medicines is to take them off the island and with companies and artisans of the island to post-treat the plastic containers to generate handicrafts and many things that can be seen around the island that are already being used.
The campaign will continue today and tomorrow, starting in the morning and until 2 in the afternoon. In that sense, the community in general is invited to make use of this alternative for the proper disposal of expired medicines and plastics.
We invite the whole community to come and deposit all their waste, bring it from their homes, from their workplaces. Let's encourage the community among neighbors to take advantage of these campaigns that we are doing here in San Andres. Let's be aware of the importance of the correct disposal of waste and take care of our island. Let's take care of our species, our streets, and vegetation.
A few hours ago, a fire was reported in the La Rocosa sector, and it affected one family.
A family in the Rondura area lost everything after a voracious fire occurred this morning. Despite the effort made by the community that tried to help the family to extinguish the flames, it was not possible. The images show how all the household belongings were turned to ashes by flames. Until the moment, the authorities have not given a statement about it. According to the information from the community, apparently the fire was generated by a short circuit inside the house. Teleislas News will be attentive to obtain more details of the incident for the central broadcast.
Ordinary sessions continue in the Departmental Assembly Hall. On this occasion, the Budget Committee met to discuss the budgets of the different secretariats of the local government for the next term.
The Budget Committee of the Departmental Assembly summoned this morning the Secretaries of Finance, Planning, General, and Government to know their budgets around the draft Ordinance 028, which seeks to know the legal income and expenses that the departmental government will have for the period of 2022.
Como Secretaría de Hacienda y Gobernador Encargado, pues he expuesto.
As Secretariat of Finance and Interim Governor, we have exposed the budget for 2022. We gave an introduction of the CM. It is around more than 595,000 million pesos. All these resources are projected on estimated income or projections of the CM on issues of law or departmental ordinances that must comply with the department. This is a budget that will be in effect as of 2022. Here we are, all the secretaries, ready as the governor wishes to clarify any situation that departmental assembly may have.
The draft departmental budget of income and capital resources for the 2022 fiscal year amounts to 595,344,092,509 pesos.
And During the vacation break, San Andres has been one of the most popular vacation destinations with a hotel occupancy rate of close to the 90%.
During the week of national break, there has been a considerable increase of tourism in San Andres. Cotelco reports a favorable percentage impact on hotel occupancy in the destination.
We have an occupancy percentages right now for the first week there is 80%, and ending this week with the long weekend that we have for the month of October, occupancy percentage of 88%. Again, the island is preferred by Colombians, and we see how in the last 3 months we are back to pick up the pace of occupancies that we were having in 2019. So it is an important moment.
Regarding international tourism arrivals, Osorio indicated that they have not normalized in comparison with national tourists due to variables related to the pandemic.
We see how international tourism has not normalized, but nevertheless, we have some arrivals through connections. We hope that once the borders with South America are opened and the situation in Argentina and Brazil improves again, we will be able to have a mixture of national and international tourism.
Finally, the leader of the tourism sector highlighted the tourism model on which Cotelco members are working on.
We continue working on the concept of sustainable tourism, a tourism with an operation in which tourists are called to order so that it is a tourism that respects the biosphere reserve, that comes and moves the economy and enjoys the culture, the gastronomy, and that they will leave the hotels to move the commerce.
In general terms, according to the data reported by Cotelco, tourism arrivals to the destination have increased from 40% in the middle of the year, achieving an occupancy rate of close to 90% during the current week of vacation.
And more good news. Cases of COVID-19 continue in the archipelago with a downward trend in the rate of infection. The intensive care unit had reached a 0% occupancy today.
The National Institute of Health in its daily report did not register new cases of COVID-19 in the archipelago, and the authorities indicated that there have been no deaths due to this virus today in the islands. Data from the departmental government show a total of 11 active cases throughout the archipelago. The neighborhoods with more cases of coronavirus are Guinea Hen, San Luis, Siribie, Obedero neighborhood, and Schoolhouse. The local government indicates that during the pandemic, 6,736 people have been recovered, as well as a total of 136 deaths have been reported so far during the health emergency. The occupation of the COVID-19 intensive care unit registered to date an occupancy of 0%. The departmental essay will be conducting PRAS tests today, Thursday in the Cantera sector, Friday in the Serrania neighborhood, and Saturday in the Schoolhouse sector. On the other hand, the Ministry of Health in its vaccination report as of October 11 indicates that a total of 84,801 doses against COVID-19 have been applied in the archipelago.
This Saturday, October 16, commemorates the International Day of the Fight Against Breast Cancer, the reason for which we will be having a 5-kilometer race. We Run for Hope is the name of this race, supported by the Departmental League of Athletics in order to synchronize the care of your body. The race will start and finish at the Manowar Park at 7 in the morning. Registration is open at the Nature Care store in Hellgate Avenue. And at this time, we go on with all the sports here in Teleislas News.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island. Today is an important day with our Colombia selection that is playing, and also baseball exchanges. Our tournaments such as Seed of Peace bring benefits to our small baseball players of the island.
This is another important tournament organized by Professor Laudine Smith and her club Loma Roots, which proposes a good baseball exchange between the two islands. These tournaments serve as training and preparation for young baseball players who continue their learning process in baseball. We spoke with the coach from Providence, Mark Henry.
It's a project we've come a long time with. Very important because we see the the progress of the picnic them, how they go in the handle the field, the field, and the said thing, down Sanders, I see the good game of the play, and the idea is to keep up that good work.
This is the opinion of fan Damara Harkins.
It's a joy for we as fanatic, and I guess it's a more joy for the picnic them come down here and enjoy the same most themselves. And it's important for them as how they practice to share between themselves, and so them can see what they can do and feel themselves more sure at day in the sport where they like.
These exchanges serves as an experience for the players from both islands who love the sport of baseball.
And the visit of the Cuban businessman also opened doors for basketball clubs interested in travel to the United States for exchanges.
Thanks to the diligence of Professor Laudine Smith and the support of the Secretariat of Sport and the Departmental government that includes All for a New Beginning, with the idea of inviting the Islanders to Miami for basketball and baseball exchanges so that the young athletes can live a new experience in the sport. This is what basketball coach Louis McNish told us.
We could have Tony here because them participating in a tournament this year with them, and in come and explain it. The importance of this tournament is very, very important for our children 12, 14, 16 and 18 years. And it's good for we can participate there, and the children have that opportunity to get in our Coliseum, like the Heat Coliseum, and play a game in there and see them play also. I hope the government would see this, get interested, should be handing in pocket, and let the child go out there and have that week of fun.
Sport exchanges play a very important role in the training of athletes, as stated by McNish.